Good morning and welcome to Father Kevin's Corner. It's good to be back with you, and today I'd like to talk about the life of St. Ignatius of Loyola. St. Ignatius of Loyola is the founder of the Jesuits. He created a spirituality that brought people together and helped us try to understand who we are in relationship with God and how can we help souls. His main focus and desire was to help people. St. Ignatius was born in 1491 in the northern Spain, the Basque country. He was the youngest of 13 kids. His mom died when he was very young. His dad died when he was 16. So he was raised by siblings and then by cousins. And what he was trained to do was to be alive in the court system of medieval Spain at that time. So while he was learning how to be a knight, how to attract land, how to attract the attention of ladies, how to hang out with his buddies, that's what he did all of his life, and he tried to become a good military leader. So at the age of about 30, in 1520, he was protecting a castle in Pamplona in Spain. And while he was protecting the castle with a group of his compadres, the French, the army they were fighting against, sent a cannonball over the top of the parapet. And when the cannonball went over the top, it bounced along on the walls and it shattered his legs. So he, the leader of the army that was protecting the castle, went down with shattered legs. When the French saw that, they decided, we can help heal his wounds and send him home. Which is curious for me. Why would they do that to a leader of an opposing army? But that's what they did. So Ignatius was dragged along on a sled for about 40 miles to his home from Pamplona. When he got, you can imagine the pain. When he got there, they found out that they set his leg poorly, so they had to re-break it and let it heal again. Now, I remind you, there was no anesthetic at the time. And while he was healing with that, he noticed that there was a bone spur, a little bone sticking out, and he didn't think that would look good in his uniform to attract the ladies, so he had them saw it off. Now, if you think re-breaking your leg is one thing, what do you think sawing it off would be? Excruciating pain because he wanted to look good. It makes me wonder, what am I willing to go through so that I look good, right? So Ignatius found, while he was recovering, while he was in pain, taken care of by his cousins and his siblings, he wanted to read something. He wanted to read books about being a knight and being chivalrous, but there were no books available like that. All they could find was the life of Christ and some lives of the saints. Well, eventually Ignatius got bored enough that he actually picked up these books and started reading them. Makes me wonder, how bored do I have to be before I start reading from the Bible or reading from a spiritual life of the saints? I try to do that more and more because I don't ever want to get that bored. When Ignatius was reading about the life of Christ or the lives of the saints, he recognized that while he was thinking about their lives, he was filled with joy. But while he was thinking about the life he used to live in a castle, he was left empty. While he was trying to attract or receive the attractions of the world, it left an emptiness within him. And he didn't like being empty. So he spent more time reading about the life of Christ and the lives of the saints. And he found it attractive, and he found it challenging, and he found out that he wanted to do that. Maybe he would attract the life of the Blessed Virgin Mary, or live the lives of the saints to help people grow in understanding God's love. While he was growing and thinking about what fills me with joy, what leaves me empty, he chose to do more and more what fills him with joy, so that to bring that joy to other people. That led him to a point where he went and prayed before the Blessed Mother's statue in Manresa to give his sword and all of his way of life over to the Blessed Mother so that he could live more freely to follow her will. This beautiful painting in our chapel is a great rendition of St. Ignatius handing his former life to the Blessed Mother, so that he could live more a life that fills him with joy. What do you do in your life? What do you do that fills you with joy? Do you avoid the things that fill you with joy, or do you move yourself away from the things that leave you empty? Let us be guides by St. Ignatius of Loyola, who wanted to be more and more filled with the joy of God and the love of the Lord. May you have an awesome day. God bless.